Part 1. The Indoctrination. The movie begins in a school-like facility where only female children are kept. Sophia and Vivian are shown talking about whether or not they will be taken by a family when the time comes. Vivian is confident that she will be the first to be chosen and promises to take Sophia with her too. Then, they go to the hallway with other girls to wash their faces before going to bed. There is a camera monitoring the girls. Sophia drops her face wash jar and cannot find it because of her poor eyesight. Vivian leaves the queue and picks it up for her, but misses her turn. She begs that she is clean, but to no avail. 2 guards come and take Vivian away for punishment. Many years later, Vivian is in a room with a group of girls watching an indoctrination program about feminine virtue and cleanliness. When their television freezes mid-session, a few girls ask Vivian what they should do. Vivian tells them that they should all wait for the buzzer. She is in level 15, a level below the last level at the institution. The next day, Miss Brixel meets them for a session and informs them that they will move to level 16 and should be graduating in a year. Vivian and 2 other girls are transferred to another hall. Entering the Rose Hall, Vivian meets her old friend Sophia. Vivian, however, is estranged from that friendship. She commands that she will be leading this batch of girls and demands that all of them be obedient, clean, patient, and humble. The girls follow a very strict routine with military precision throughout their lives at the facility. They take their supposedly vitamin pills every evening before bed, which are provided in the hallway accompanied by a message. One morning, Sophia finds Vivian in the bathroom and begs her to listen to her. Vivian confronts her, but Sophia asks for her forgiveness. However, the assembly alert sound goes off, and they both go to the hall. Miss Brixel comes to inform them that they will be soon selected by a family. Therefore, they should learn how to dress as daughters of society's high-class people. She then hands a dress to one of the girls with her name on it. It becomes apparent that the girls are illiterate, as Grace cannot read her name tag. Brixel tells them that there is a dress for each one of them that they can wear the next day as a reward for their virtuous behavior. The girls are so excited and giggle at seeing their dresses. Vivian tries to read her name on the dress, but struggles to do so. The next day, Sophia finds Vivian again and tells her not to take the vitamins. Vivian doesn't agree with Sophia at the outset. On the next occasion to take their vitamins, Vivian supposedly takes it. However, she goes to the bathroom right after and spills it out. That night, Vivian notices that everyone falls asleep almost immediately after getting to bed. She then sees that only Sophia is awake. There, it dawns upon her that those are not vitamins but sedatives. Vivian pretends to be asleep when Brixel comes with her guards to take her and another girl away. Vivian wakes up in a room with Olivia, who is still sedated. Brixel then comes with a couple to whom she introduces the girls. After a bit of an argument, the wife decides to take Olivia. One of the creepy guards brings Vivian back to the hall. Sophia comes to Vivian and tries to help her understand what is going on in the facility. However, Vivian is in a state of shock and cannot quite accept that their sponsors are there to buy these girls rather than adopt them. After a while, Brixel and a guard come and take Sophia. A scared Vivian wakes up and, seeing that the door is open, goes to the hallway and hides. Brixel comes and gets a phone call, which Vivian hears. Brixel then complains to her supervisor that Alex, the guard, shouldn't be left unsupervised with the girls. Vivian tries to get out of the hallway but finds its door closed. She then rushes back to her room and pretends to be asleep. Then, a guard brings Sophia back to the room. Part 2. Partial Awareness. Vivian meets Sophia the next day and asks when she stopped taking the pills. To this, Sophia responds, level 13. Vivian continues to doubt that the institution is harming her. Sophia says that she cannot trust them after knowing that they have been drugging them all these years. A confused Vivian then meets Dr. Miro, who inspects her for skin diseases. Vivian shows her back, which has been affected by sleep scabs. The doctor then puts cream on her back and tells her that this will help her recover quicker. Later that day, Vivian and her batch of girls watch an old movie, after which she speaks to Sophia about the pills again. Sophia tells her that they were given a special pill the day those sponsors visited. She adds that the door was unlocked that night for the first time in the past 3 years. Vivian tells Sophia that they need to get an access card for the hallway door, but should keep it secret between them, as no other girl would ever believe in them, which might result in their punishment. The next day, Vivian goes to Dr. Miro and asks him if he can provide Sophia with eyeglasses. They two converse a bit about Vivian being named after a famous movie star. Vivian then asks if they can get another movie to watch as well, for they have been watching the same movie repetitively. Dr. Miro comforts her and tells her that he will see if he can do something about it. Vivian closely watches Dr. Miro open and close his office door with a card key and then leaves. One day, while the girls are hanging out playing board games, Veronica, one of the girls, has a seizure and collapses. Vivian helps her clean up and takes her to the bathroom. Sophia then goes to Vivian, and they both check their arms to see where they got their supposed vaccine. Sophia is skeptical about it and wants to inform other girls. Vivian, however, prevents her from doing so because no one would believe them. Sophia says that these people are monstrous, and one of the guards would actually come to their rooms during the dark hour and touch the girls. In her session with Dr. Miro, Vivian tells him how happy she was to see a glimpse of the actress during one of their information sessions. She says that Vivian was a woman of courage who held her head high. Dr. Miro suspects that Vivian must not be taking her pills and tells her that she might need another vaccine. When Vivian says that the vaccine had an adverse effect on them, Dr. Miro tells her to report to Brixel. Vivian then tells him that Brixel works with the guards and therefore does not care for them. Dr. Miro's suspicion is heightened, and he gives Vivian a concentrated dose of sedative, but warns her that such behavior would lead to her severe punishment. Part 3. The Escape Plan. Sophia tells Vivian that they need to get a card from one of the guards. Vivian irritatingly rejects the ideas, while she is heard by Ava and another girl. Ava, believing that Vivian is unclean, goes to report her to the authorities. An assembly is called, and Brixel appears disappointed. She takes Vivian away and locks her up in a small box in the same floor. Brixel then goes to a luxurious room and pours a drink for herself and Dr. Miro. She raises her concern regarding Alex, the guard. Dr. Miro says that Alex's uncle protects them and is not an easy man to deal with. He adds that he has orders to restock the facility. Brixel is appalled by that idea. She says that the place is falling apart and they cannot manage to continue it. Dr. Miro then says that with the advancement that he has made, they can take in girls as old as 12 years. Dr. Miro says that their boss is a dangerous person, and they must follow the order. Later that night, Sophia makes a robe out of a bedsheet and waits for Alex. The creepy Alex comes, and Sophia attacks him from behind. She then runs to the hallway where Alex catches her. Alex punches her down, and when he gets down, Sophia hits him with an iron. Sophia then comes to Vivian and tells her that she has the card. Right then the alarm goes off, and Sophia runs back to her room. The next morning, Brixel takes Vivian out of the box and brings her to their assembly room. Dr. Miro and another guard are there as well. Brixel tells them that they need to find the key that Sophia took from the guard. Otherwise, they will be punished one by one. Dr. Miro guilt drives the whole batch and informs them of Sophia's betrayal. He then takes one of the girls for punishment. Brixel then administers the sedative herself to every girl. Vivian takes the pill and at night tries to keep awake. She starts searching the whole room for the key. She finally finds the key behind her bed. Part 4. The Escape. A sedated Vivian gets out of her room and goes to Brixel in her office. She confronts Brixel and hits her with a lamp. Vivian then injects her with a sedative. She leaves Brixel to find Sophia. She finds Sophia tied up and locked up in one of the basement rooms of the facility. They both go to a surgery room to cut Sophia's handcuffs. There, they find corpses lying beside each other. They see Rita's tag on one of the corpses. They find out that Rita was skinned and killed. Vivian says that they should quickly leave the building. Sophia emphasizes that they must save all the girls. Vivian is not interested in going back, so Sophia goes alone to save the rest of the girls. Sophia goes to one of the halls and tells the girls that she has instructions from Brixel, and they need to follow her. Vivian, waiting by the exit door, sees a guard at the stairs and decides to go back and help Sophia and the rest of the girls. She sneaks into an office room and accidentally plays a presentation by Dr. Miro. She is confused and shocked to hear that this facility was created for skin harvesting. She finally understands what this facility is, and it dawns on her why they were kept in such a way. Sophia has gathered a number of girls in a room. Vivian brings Brixel there and tells the girls that this is not a school, but a farm created to harvest their skin. The girls do not believe them at the outset. Vivian then forces Brixel to confess. Vivian realizes that Brixel has done the procedure as well. Brixel then tells them that all she has been doing is helping Dr. Miro. Then, the girls take Brixel and put her in the box. Vivian then leads the girls to the exit. They run out desperately, and a guard follows them. Vivian and Sophia fight the guard and throw him from the building. The girls start running from one lane to another, closely pursued by another guard. A gunshot is fired, and a car arrives at the scene. Sophia and Vivian hide in a shed and lock the door. The two newly arrived henchmen start hitting the door when Dr. Miro arrives. He tries to persuade Vivian to come to him. He attempts to manipulate her to round up other girls as well. He tells Vivian that he saved her from her parents and that he was the one who provided for her and raised her. Vivian doesn't believe anything that Dr. Miro says, and when he threatens that he has invested 16 years in her, she cuts her face with a scalpel as he watches in distress. Afterwards, the henchmen take Miro to see the boss, who appears to be the mastermind behind the whole operation. A gunshot is heard, and Dr. Miro is presumably killed for failing the operation. The next day, Vivian wakes up when the police and emergency services workers break in. Sophia and Vivian are finally safe. They come out and hold hands while experiencing rain and sunlight for the first time in their lives. Part 5. The Verdict. The movie is a mystery horror that gets darker as its story unravels. The premise of the movie is based on this classic form of repression, with implicit biblical emphasis and underlying Victorian rhetoric on adherence to virtues and aversion to vices for young girls. While the viewers might question the relevance of the story in 21st century modern society, the rationale is, after all, revealed in the end. One should therefore patiently go through the 100-minute movie, even if one gets uncomfortable with its course. The movie's concept has very strong potential, although it might not be executed with the same rigor. The pace of the movie in particular is too slow to build excitement for such a wonderful concept. The characters, motivations, and personalities gradually feel more compelling and realistically depicted, and this gives the movie its strength. In the age of consumerism and commodification of almost everything that one can imagine, Level 16 brings literally the very skin of women to the market. This was our recap and verdict. Tell us what you liked or disliked about this movie. Let us know in the comment section what movie we should recap next. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new videos and enjoy watching.